introduce yourself.
Sir, my name is Himanshu Tiwari. I belong to Allahabad, that is now named as Prayagraj. I have completed my studies from Phulpati Devi Inter College and my graduation from Allahabad Degree College. And currently I'm working as a counselor and support staff in Edify Institute of English.
Okay. So your name is Himanshu. Meaning of Himanshu?
Sir, it's a synonym of Chandrama. That means moon.
Okay. Any more?
Sir, it can be also मतलब इसको sorry to use some Hindi words.
Yeah, no. Yeah, you can use.
इसको संधि विच्छेद अगर करे तो that will come as a chunk of ice, हिम का अंश.
Okay. So you are having cool temperament or like ice?
Sir, it depends upon the situations. There some situations have arrived.
Okay, so sometimes you are aggressive also.
Sir, not very much aggressive, but it is always in control. The situation and the temperament is always.
But sometimes aggressiveness is also required, na?
Yes, sir, it is.
Okay. So what is temperature at this time in Allahabad?
Sir, as of now, it's nearly 20, something near 20 degrees Celsius, sir.
Okay, just convert that in Fahrenheit.
20 degrees Celsius in Fahrenheit. Sir, as of now, I'm not able to calculate it.
Okay. There is a formula, you know?
Sir, it has something related with 273 degrees Celsius and 5/2C. I think that will help it.
Okay. What is absolute zero temperature, by the way?
Sir, absolute zero temperature is minus 273 degree Celsius. That is 0 degree Fahrenheit. That is considered to be
okay. You are confused between Fahrenheit, Kelvin, and degree Celsius. No issue. Don't worry. Arvind sir.
Okay, sir.
Hi, Himanshu.
Hello, sir.
So I have some of the question for you. What do you think about One China policy? What it is?
Sir, the One China policy is predominantly a kind of foreign policy of China, where it is projected that the entire Chinese column that comprises China, Taiwan, Hong Kong should be considered as a unit arrangement. So as far as this policy is concerned, initially the US has supported this policy that it is was not directly dealing with Taiwan, but somehow the national interest changes. So the nation kept on manipulating such kind of thing, and we have also seen that India is also, as of now, not currently very much aggressive on this thing, and it is also dealing with Taiwan also. So that is the One China policy.
Okay. Should India revise it?
Sir, if we see the prevailing situation, so the China is not very in a harmonious relation with us, and the Taiwan is a very good country in matter of electronics and infrastructure and other kinds of development project, electronic related projects. And as of now, India is also engaged with Taiwan in development of chips and software. So India is revising on those respects with Taiwan.
Okay. What is replacement rate of fertility?
Sir, the replacement rate of fertility is that the actual amount of birth replaces the amount of death, number of deaths inside the country, in a particular country.
Okay.
So the
Amount,
latest,
listen. Amount is related to death, is related to kilogram or meter something.
no, sir, it was just a mistake that
Yeah,
must
okay,
be a
I can
number.
understand.
Okay. Do you think UP will achieve that rate in next 5 years?
Sir, as we see the current situation, the 5 year is not a very long period. So the population needs some year to be stabilized. So in case of UP, it will take some time.
Okay. In coming 22 assembly election in UP, do you think
Yes, sir.
caste factor matters there for that assembly?
Sir, in case of particular UP, as far as UP is concerned, so if we see some of the backdrops, some of the base which has started this all kinds of campaigning, so the matter is more divided on the farmer and other sector and development projects rather than going totally about the caste factor. The caste do matter in case of UP, but it will be not that much effective as compared to previous assembly elections.
Okay. So I have read your DAF. So you are a physics student, huh?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So can you tell me about the difference between Newtonian physics versus atomic physics?
Sir, what was the first thing? Sorry, I missed that.
Newtonian physics and atomic physics difference.
Sir, as far as I'm able to recall it, the time Newton was exploring, it was more of the mechanical phenomena. Like he works on the mechanical aspect of the thing, and the atomic physics was totally a different kind, where a particular matter is dealt with, the structure of the matter is dealt with.
Okay. And
yeah. So in your DAF, it is written you participated in science exhibition and all. So if
Yes,
we
sir.
take all the prime ministers of India, who do you think was the greatest contributor in development of science in India?
Sir, in this respect, we can say that I have not very much go in depth regarding these things, but as far as I have heard about things, Mr. Rajiv Gandhi has a great knowledge, a kind of scientific temper. Because of that, India has achieved remarkable growth and have a very good growth in computer and that kind of development. So according to me, he should be at the best level.
Okay. Someone said science without ethics is a disaster. Who was that person?
Sorry, sir, I'm not able to recall that person.
Okay. Who was the father of nation?
The father of nation, sir, Mahatma Gandhi is our father of nation.
Yeah, Mahatma Gandhi said there was 7 sins and it was one of them. Okay. Anand sir?
Okay. So Himanshu, just tell me the 3 major problems which is faced by the CAPF currently and their solutions.
Sir, as far as problems are concerned regarding the CAPF, the first is, I would say, it is modernization. The scenario of the current warfare has been changing a lot. So the modernization is the first issue. The second is, we can say, a kind of a structural improvement, because there are some of the issues which are unfocused in case of the CAPF. Like they are also deployed in the election duty and some other related duties, and the same personals are also deployed in the Naxal affected areas. So their domain changes very drastically in case of this thing. And third, I will say, is a logistical problem, because a force is very effective when it is able to reach at the required place at the required time, and it also encompasses the level of intelligence and other associated equipment which are correlated with the modernization. So in case of the solution of this thing, the modernization has drastically increased in some of these years, because the more focus are increased on the partnership of public private partnership and research and development. We have seen in our defense structure also. So the CAPF are also being helped in this case at par with the defense ministry. And for the logistical support, the more budget are required, so that more air asset and other assets should be given to the CAPF, so that they are able to handle the troop movement and able to provide the support to any region. And in the third respect, we have seen the CRPF as RAF to deal with such kind of thing in any instant law and order situation. But when okay, sir.
Okay. So tell me, suppose if you're going to lead an anti-Naxal operation, so what are the preparations you would do so that it should be successful?
Sir, in case of any operation, the first thing will be a credible intelligence about the area which we are going to going for the operation. The proper intelligence and counter intelligence. The intelligence should be very much checked and precise. Then we will discuss all resources and all the detailed plan with our senior officers and other officers who have already been any kind of operation. So we will utilize all kind of those resources. We'll prepare our men with all those materials, and will reach the required checkpoints. We'll divide it many checkpoints, and will reach before the time, and then proceed according to the plan, the area according to the terrain and such kind of thing.
Okay. Suppose your Pulton have been ambushed and your troops are running away. So in that scenario, how will you motivate them?
Sir, the first thing I have to ensure that to provide all kind of support to save the men on the ground, and to ensure that those men who are not been wounded or not getting any kind of injury should held high grounds. So I will push them toward the high grounds. So as soon as they will get toward that thing, the motivation can be generated, because in the ambush area there is all kind of mess has been created. So as soon as the more men will gain the high ground, the credibility of dealing such kind of crisis can be increased. So in that way, the remaining troops can be asked to do the certain amount of tactical task to tackle that situation.
Okay. Are you aware of One Nation, One Card scheme?
Yes, sir.
Tell me about it.
Sir, the One Nation, One Card scheme was proposed earlier, but because of the backdrop of this COVID pandemic, it was more aggravated, because it was related to public distribution scheme. We have a kind of distribution of ration and other support material to common population which are living below poverty line and near about it. So with it, what was happening, that a person who is living in Uttar Pradesh has migrated to Maharashtra, but he is not able to reclaim the amount of ration which has to be required for the survival. So One Nation, One Card has integrated all the states with just one card. So any person who is living in Maharashtra and technically based from UP can avail the ration in Maharashtra. So the one nation, one card based on this fact.
Okay. So how can the female candidates be motivated to join CAPF?
Sir, if we see in the some of the recent changes which are done in case of the defense examination. So recently, girls were allowed for the NDA. So we can promote the involvement of girls in the CAPF and other forces from very basic level, from I would say class 6th, 7th, 8th. From that respect, they can be promoted working on their educational basis, on also sports and other extracurricular activities, which will create them a kind of confidence. Because a girl, suppose we take an example of a girl who is opting for defense after the graduation, and a girl who is constantly working and preparing themselves for defense from class 9, 10, 10th, a kind of confidence already been generated in their mind. So if we promote the defense at the school level for the girls, that will be highly beneficial for their involvement in CAPF and other services.
Okay. Tell us the mechanism of IED.
Sir, in case of improvised explosive device, the design is very much simple. It is kind of easy to assemble thing, because I think I'm not very much confirmed about all the details, but it need a charge that should be related to a kind of fuse. A kind of detonator is required. So with just 2-3 equipments, IED can be planted.
Okay.
Some
Okay.
of
Okay.
some of
That's fine. That's fine.
okay, sir.
Ranjit sir.
Yeah. So you belong to nearby means Allahabad. So in Allahabad itself, our second Prime Minister Lal Bahadur Shastri gave the slogan of Jai Jawan, Jai Kisan. Are you aware about that?
Sir. Yes, sir.
When he gave that slogan?
Sir, I'm not able to recall the exact date, but it was in 1965, I think, in the starting of 1965.
When he died?
Sir, he was died in 1966, I think.
I think you are still not sure.
Yes, sir. I know that it was the Tashkent Agreement in Uzbekistan. After that, he was died. As soon as the agreement was signed, the next day he was died. But
yeah, just listen. You are from Allahabad, and your university is Allahabad University. Your subject is also one of the subject is physics. Who was one of the person in Allahabad University who presented first of all his thesis in physics thesis, PhD thesis in Hindi?
PhD thesis.
And that person was also member of parliament from Allahabad. That person was cabinet minister also. That person was founder of BJP also.
Founder of BJP.
That person was HRD minister also of India.
Sir, I have read about him, but as of now, I'm not.
You are mocking. You are staying in Allahabad, and this is the highly disrespectful thing for me, I think. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Murli Manohar Joshi, no issue.
Murli Manohar Joshi, yes, sir.
Okay. Arvind sir, any question?
Your hobby is gardening. Where do you do that?
Sir, I'm living in a rural background, so it is a kind of plantation gardening which I do. Like there are a lot of leftover spaces in our village, so we utilize those spaces and plant the saplings on those areas and keep a check on plants like mango, teak, neem. So such kind of plant I do plant.
Okay. Percent of forest cover in UP?
Sir, it is very low. It is something around 10% or below that. The forest cover is in UP.
Are you sure?
Sir, I'm not very. Forest cover is definitely very low as compared to national average.
Okay.
Then,
Tell me two tiger reserves of UP.
sir, I'm able to recall just one, that is Dudhwa National Park, and I think there is no any second reserve in UP.
That is sure.
Uh,
Pilibhit Tiger Reserve.
okay, sir. Yes, sir. Pilibhit Tiger Reserve.
Another is, I think, Chandraprabha. It is national park, I think. No? It is
Sir,
also,
I think it is Wildlife Sanctuary,
yeah.
Chandraprabha Wildlife.
Okay, no issue. So you are staying in Uttar Pradesh. You went outside Uttar Pradesh anytime?
Sir, there was a network lag, so I think I missed what you say.
Okay, so you went outside UP sometime?
Yes, sir. I have been outside UP many times.
Okay, so recently where you went?
Sir, recently, sir, most of the places, sir, recently I went to Bihar, Muzaffarpur.
Okay, so why you went there?
Sir, I went there because I was having my medical examination for SSC CPO exam.
Okay,
So that is why.
okay. So you went Muzaffarpur. Why Muzaffarpur is famous?
Sir, Muzaffarpur is famous for lychee.
Okay, okay. It got GI tag also, you know?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so
Yes, sir. Muzaffarpur
yeah,
lychee has also got GI
yeah.
tag.
So once a product gets GI tag, for how much time it is valid?
Sorry, sir.
Option? Should I give you
About.
option?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. 5 year,
I can
10
give it.
year, 20 year, lifetime.
Sir, it is lifetime.
No, there is nothing such as lifetime. See,
Okay.
the person who is born will die someday. Okay, so if it get, then there is a certain restrictions. 10 years. After 10 years, obviously you will get for longer time, but every 10 years you have to renew. That's the thing.
Review it. Okay, sir.
Yeah, you have to renew for every 10 years. Okay, so India is net exporter of water. Have you heard this term?
Net exporter of water.
Yeah.
Sir, never heard about this export, sir.
Okay. Now relate to agriculture. Can you
Yes,
then reply?
sir.
Okay, no issue. See, India is net exporter of rice. For 1 kilogram of rice, 70,000 liter of water is required. If India is exporting rice, it's mean India is exporting water.
Exporting water.
Yeah.
Okay, sir.
Okay, okay. Anand sir, you have anything more?
Okay, one last question.
Sir.
Are there any human rights violation by CAPF?
Sir, if we see some of the cases, it cannot be confirmed because a lot of inquiries are being carried out in particular respect. So the violations do happen. Because of that, inquiries are also being held there. But some of the cases, recent cases, may have been reported that such violation has happened in the Haidarpura encounter case, which has happened recently. But the inquiries are being carried out, so later on it will be clarified. So as far as I believe that the such kind of human right violations do happen, but it do not had any kind of great impact on working of the forces.
Okay, fine.
Okay, so in Uttar Pradesh, politics is like at this time, generally we are seeing ki either polarization means depends on polarization. Either you are for Hindu or you are Muslim. Do you think there is
Sir.
any midway possibility of midway?
Yes, sir.
between? Yeah.
If we set aside the electoral politics, then the common population are always living in the midway. It is just some of the elections or by-polls are being carried out, and the dialogues and the media coverage increase such kind of thing. Because I personally have been studying in the college where the 50% population was of Muslim students, and we never have feel such kind of matlab differences between among us. So
Okay.
and
Okay.
we also live in.
Last question. What is Ganga Jamuna Tehzeeb?
Sir, the Ganga Jamuna Tehzeeb is the kind of bonding between both Hindus and Muslim living in a particular region. Basically, it is a concept given in the cities like Allahabad, Banaras, and some of the places where a good amount of population of both communities are living. So their harmonious relation are called as the Ganga Jamuna Tehzeeb.
Okay.